calorie type. What is it?
Yes.
Explain it.
Well, Mom was right. We are all unique little snowflakes, and none of us are alike, right? In that I burn a different amount of calories than you do. You burn a different amount of calories than she does. So everybody burns a different amount of calories every single day. Very, very unique to our own individual person. When we understand the amount of calories that we burn every day, it's going to give us a whole new sense of control when it comes to manipulating our body, especially for weight loss.
So how do you do that? Once you know your calorie type, which we're going to show you how to get in a few seconds, how do you actually correlate that with tactics that work for weight loss?
It's simple. It's energy in, energy out. When you understand how many calories you burn, well, you can eat more calories, and if you go into a surplus, then our body's going to store that energy as body fat. But if you eat fewer calories, then we lose that body fat.
Everyone, I think, understands that element. But I like and this is what what I love about your work, is that you say, depending on what type we are, certain foods work better. And that's the part I never understood. I get the science part, and this show is going to be heavy on that. But the fact that there are tactics that we are hearing day in and day out from people, depending on where they are in their calorie type, that means something. So to truly understand metabolism, that's how you calculate it normally. Yep. They hook you up with a mask in your face. They take all the oxygen out of your lungs. They analyze it. It's hard to do that at home. Hard to do that here in the studio, too. But there are these formulas that do work that pretty accurately calculate your calories. They're sort of long and complicated. We're going to put a really good version on DrOz.com. So anyone who's got a phone out right now, go out there. You can check it out right this moment. But today, Chris has devised an even simpler 3-step equation. Easy to do. It's a pretty good approximation. So everybody, if you don't mind, pull out your phone and get on the calculator. So start off with your weight. Whatever it is, only you need to see this. You don't got to tell anybody else. I'm going to be the average woman.
All right.
I feel very feminine today. So 165 pounds, right? And then, Chris, you got to do yours also.
Yep. Okay, cool. So I am 185 pounds.
Okay, now what do we do now?
So then we're going to multiply your body weight times 8. This is super simple.
Okay.
So multiply it by 8.
Good.
And then add 200.
Okay. So my body weight times 8 plus 200.
And then we're going to add 200. Simple as that. And it's going to give us a safe approximation of your calorie type.
And if you exercise, let's say you walk for half an hour a day.
Right.
Well, did you get extra calories or not for that?
You do. So if you walk for, say, a half an hour a day, you're going to add 100 extra calories, which is great, actually.
Yeah, I know a lot of you aren't walking, but I'm just giving you that flexibility to the people who are out there moving some. So I'm going to add 100 because I walk around a lot in the show and everything else.
I got my cardio in this morning as well.
Bonus.
Cool.
What do you have? I'll go to you.
I'm at 1780 right here. And what this calorie type is, it's a really safe approximation of the calories that you guys can burn, that you can consume every single day, that's going to put you into a weight loss phase where you know that if you're eating that amount of calories, you will lose weight.
All right, so let me see. My number is 1620, which I stand for the average person out there. I'll say 1620. But let me go to the audience. Let me see some numbers here. Show me your phones. Put them up there.
1700.
1700.
1380.
You look sort of the same, the two of you, sort of a big difference. I'm surprised. What do you have?
1720.
Another 1720.
1680.
Well, you guys are closer to each other.
2028.
Let me see it. Show it the camera if you don't mind.
2000.
2028.
Yes.
So we got a pretty big spread here. We have folks that are low, middle, and high. Now, I do want everyone to memorize that number you have. Whatever happens to be, just memorize that. And I'm going to go over here and talk to somebody. I asked her to share, this next guest, her food journal with us. And Chris looked at the journal and calculated out how much she's eating. So, Amy, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me. Hi, Chris.
So, these are your foods that you've been eating. And, Chris, when you added it up, I understand it was about 1,867 calories.
Yep, 1,867.
You got the brands and everything, really did the math.
But of course, when we were looking at her calorie type, that was a little bit higher because her calorie type was sitting around 1760.
Yeah, 1760 is my calorie type.
It is?
Yes.
Yep. But I was looking at the foods that she was eating, and they're average foods that, I tell you what, I've looked at a lot of meal plans, and that was beautiful. I see that all the time. But there's one thing that was out of place, so I had to make a couple changes. Yeah.
Oh, so just to be clear for everybody, she's taking in 100 more calories than your calorie type would allow.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you do?
So, because she was taking in 100 more calories than her calorie type, all I wanted to do was make one small change. I don't need to go in and make this crazy change to her diet plan and completely throw her off, because that's going to cause a major life change. Instead, all I wanted to do was just simply remove one thing. And when I remove that one thing, I know without a shadow of a doubt that she's going to start losing weight.
And
it's simple as that.
So go back to That's it? What are those?
that was it. I saw she had some cheese crackers on
Yes.
there.
I'm sorry, what are these cheese crackers?
I have them as a snack. I have a 2-year-old, and we're always out and about. And I figured if he's eating it, I can eat it, not realizing how many calories were actually in it.
So when you took it out, what happened?
When I took it out, I lost over 1 pound in just a couple of days. Simple as that. That's it.
It's pretty surprising.
Very surprising. I'm very surprised. Throw some walking in now, and now it's like I added structure to it, walking, eliminating just a little thing, and we're on our
Are you
way.
surprised? That seems like a big difference.
Guys, this is science. This is really easy stuff. And you know what I love about this? One small change. She simply removed one thing in the day. You don't feel, it's not like you don't feel any less satisfied in the day, but she lost 1 pound. Now, multiply that by 52 weeks in a year, do the math. All of a sudden,
Don't do that to yourself.
No,
You don't need to lose that much, but one small change can make a huge difference. And that's what weight loss and transformation is really all about.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new videos to live the good life.